Welcome to Figure Talk, the show where I take a figure from my collection and take a quick look and show you some of the cool aspects and the things that you might enjoy. Today we're going to take a look at this 1/6 scale MacReady from the movie The Thing by Mondo. MacReady, a figure I have been waiting for my entire life. I am a massive The Thing fan, absolutely love this movie. And I always wanted a really cool figure, and I guess I didn't want to take the plunge into the NECAverse, and being a 1/6 scale collector, this was just, when announced, just perfect for me. I really like the likeness to Curt Russell. It doesn't come across too well in a video, I will say that. It's one of those figures you have to kind of see in person. But other than that, I think it's an amazing sculpt. And it does come with another sculpt, which I'll show you in a minute. But this figure is just exactly what I wanted as a big Thing fan. And I know that Mondo have done other Thing products, and I was just praying that they would do a 1/6 scale because I already collect the Masters of the Universe figures. It also comes with the head. Oh, wow. I just love this. Little bit heartbroken. I have to show you something, guys. Oh, that squeaked. Mine was broken. That wasn't Mondo's fault, I don't think. I think it was because this got taken into customs. I had a few issues with this figure in terms of quality control as well, with the hands and stuff. But Mondo have promised to send me some replacement hands and fix up that head there by sending me a new one. So I just wanted to show the figure though, because wow. I know that Michael Crawford said that, you know, the tailoring on the jacket was bad. I honestly do not see that, and I want to just kind of show you guys this because I don't see what's wrong with the tailoring on this jacket. The material is great. It looks a little bit more thicker and harder wearing than any other fake leather. It's kind of rubbery. I can't really explain it. And then obviously you've got the little furry, let me try and get in there, little furry bits there. Underneath he has the jumpsuit and the shirt that he has in the movie, which is really cool. So you can kind of switch out his outfit and his look from different parts of the film. It's got this amazing belt, and the stitching on the jumpsuit's great too. It's really neat. They've also got little reflectors. Like, I know this just looks like white to you, but it's actually that reflective material that you get sort of on, you know, high-vis vests and stuff. The boots are sculpted, but I've noticed that in the boots there's some ankle articulation here. So the top of the boot being kind of empty kind of goes back and forth to give you a little bit of leeway for posing, which makes it a little bit easier to pose as opposed to like straight boots, which you see on some figures. Now let's take a look at this this flamethrower, because the flamethrower, sorry if I kind of just pointed the camera at nothing there for a second. The flamethrower looks really cool. There's a lot of little details on the edges and kind of the piping, and like you can see there's little strings there that are holding it all together, and obviously it's got a practical strap that you can put on. Now I will say this, in this video I'm noticing that there is kind of like paint streaks here. I've never noticed that to my eye. It just kind of shows up well in the video for some reason. I don't think it's detrimental. I wouldn't really complain about it, to be honest. But I should also mention that that head comes with the timed edition. It also comes with another accessory. There's a timed edition exclusive, which I'll show you again in a moment. But I just want to turn him around and show you his gun. Actually, I might take that gun out. He does come with a shotgun as well. I'll try and show you the accessories in the end there. But yeah, he's got his gun. But this, I don't know what this holster is made of. Plastic, I guess? But it works really well. Again, with this kind of like bright lighting and the camera lens, you can see it a bit more for what it is. but in person it just all works really, really nicely. I'll just show you a bit of the top of the flamethrower there, because the flamethrower is pretty cool. And then he's got working zips for everything as well. And let me just try and adjust the camera slightly so that you can see. There you go. That's more close to the lighting you would see it in real life. And the hair looks really cool too. I mean, it does look shiny on camera, but it doesn't really look shiny in person. It doesn't look like this. It just looks like it has a sheen to it, you know, like real hair, I guess. So, you know, I know Mondo are not Hot Toys. They're not used to doing these kind of realistic figures. They usually do more cartoon figures and stuff like that. But I have no complaints. I am not gonna, you know, criticize the tiniest little details. But I do quickly want to show you. Let's move this over so I can see him. Oh, that squeaks. The head. The head is really cool. And it's weird in its articulation. So it comes out here, and that's completely solid. And then the articulation points are just on the top knuckle of each one. So you can kind of articulate it, like they all sort of go up and down there, but be perfectly straight from the head, which is an odd choice. And I feel like it would be prone to breakages, just like mine arrived broken. But let's take a look at another accessory that comes with it. So this is the thing when it becomes one of the dogs. And I really like this. I think it's a great representation. It's interestingly painted. It's got some great details, like if you get in closer on the mouth there, if I can just focus. But I will say it suffers from one thing, and that is oversimplified paintwork. It's just simple and basic, and you can tell, you know, it doesn't look like something you would get from Sideshow, Hot Toys, or you know, 3.0 or maybe Exo 6 or one of these companies. It looks like a Mondo product for one of their cartoon lines, like Masters of the Universe, and that is just down to the painting. Like if you look at the paint here on the snout, it's just really, really basic. There's no layering, you know. It's a cool accessory, I'll give it that. It is perfect for the thing, but I don't think it lives up to the kind of, I don't know, the quality level of the other accessories and the main character. Like if you look at this now that we've got some better lighting, I think the paint job on this and the level of detail is higher than it is on the dog, right? So I don't know, it doesn't quite live up to it. He also comes with some other accessories. Let's check out those. So before I get to the extra head, let's just take a quick look at these accessories. It does also come with 4 other hands. I won't show you the hands because I had an issue with mine and it doesn't really represent the product, so they're sending me replacement ones. But this flame, I'm not sure if it's the same one they used on the dragon for Skeletor, but it's very heavy and looks pretty similar. I don't know how you would use it unless you're actually using the base to hold up the figure, and even then it's still very heavy. Then you've got the shotgun, very similar to the handgun. Again, with the paint jobs, not quite there in the level of detail. I mean, the metal kind of looks cool, but like, let's have a look at this shotgun. Where you pump the shotgun, sorry about this. Look at the paint there. That's so sort of clumsily done, which is frustrating because the paint on the metal looks great and the wood paint is pretty decent too. So there's a couple of little paint issues that could be improved upon using technique and a little bit more attention to detail. So these are the gloves. It's kind of weird that you just get the 2 open hand gloves. I mean, they work, but you might want him holding something. So that's a little bit of a shame, but generally pretty good. Let's take a look at the head. So I thought it'd be really cool to see these heads side by side. I'm sorry if it's a little bit wobbly, the camera, but I really like this other head. The problem that I have, and how I'm going to display it, is that he's got all the kind of cold weather on his hair, and in the movie, if you look at this version of him, that is from the scene where they're doing all the tests and he's wearing the flamethrower and his hair isn't all frozen. So I can't really use this head sculpt with that pose and that sort of, I don't know, setup of clothing. But I do really like this head. It is really cool. I like how they did the open mouth. I like how his eyes look a little bit more kind of stressed out. And I really like how they've weathered the beard and the hair. Although I will say, unless you've got really strong lighting, you won't see that white as much. It doesn't look as frosty, just generally in general lighting. However, both these head sculpts, I think, are really, really nice. So, overall thoughts, as a huge fan of John Carpenter's The Thing, and I will point out that there was another version of The Thing before John Carpenter did it. I love it. I think it's great. I think as a collector of Hot Toys and Sideshow and Exo-6 and other brands, I think parts of it are not quite up to par. But I think for a Mondo figure, you get a Mondo figure and they've done a really good job. I can't complain about it. I'm super happy with it. I honestly, I don't really care about any slight shortcomings because they're all made up for by the fact that they did a really good job of this, and I'm really, really happy with it. And I hope you're happy with it too. I hope you are watching this video thinking, oh, I was really curious to see what this figure actually looks like. And hopefully I have now answered that question for you. But it is a great figure. I do really like it. If you are one of these people who you only collect Hot Toys and you have a real level of standards about specific things, this figure might not be for you. I highly doubt Hot Toys is going to bring out a Thing figure of MacReady or anyone else, so this might be your only option, but it's up to you really. I just think it's a really cool figure, and Mondo, if you watch this, please can you just make a Childs? I need a Childs to go with my MacReady, please. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you found this interesting.